and that they can afford.
That's, I love that because I mean, we've worked with so many different companies from the British Fashion Council, and we absolutely are constantly working backwards and forwards to, to continue to grow this incredible platform. We've had monster companies like Absolute Vodka, Lamborghini,
So should I. So we should be.
yeah. Just to say about a few, Converse is another amazing one. So we really try to pit these big companies with these young brands because that's really, man, truly where it is. That's my friend. That's how the features that you want. Like, everything everyone always moans about the issues with the industry, areas, issues that they have that of getting in, with being seen, with being heard, with having their talent seen. You're addressing that whilst making it a viable option business wise.
You have to be able to think on your feet. We've had to pivot recently. Famously, in our recent history, we had Shania for several years, and then we had to help to de-Russify the brand when in February of, is it 3 years ago now? When Russia invaded Ukraine, it was complicated, and our cosmos moved out of that industry of fashion. But now today we have a water company, Aquaphor, who of course are challenging Brita, the market leaders in water filtration, and Rowley's beer, natural lager, which has high vitamins, low calorie, about a third of the calories, all the good stuff in it, but plus alcohol. And again, they're health conscious. So this is all, in part, consistent with today's messaging. I'm sure when we come on to sustainability in a minute.
I think that's a big one for us because obviously when you look at monster brands like, Absolute and then we don't know the level of sustainability they have. What is your A to Z? What are the assets that you bring into an event space and how do we quantify that? So working with smaller companies allows us to really navigate, um, be a bit faster on our feet when it comes to sponsorship and to also dynamically deliver what we want to do, which is our product, which is eventually young designers coming to market. That's truly our product. So I think that's pretty much what we do in Elisha.
How do you feel about sustainability within the fashion industry and within the industry you are?
Well, our collections over the last 5 years have been, which we absolutely, I love denim. We work with denim. I'd say I'm a denim specialist because I feel working with denim is inclusive. It's a material that everyone has. It's durable. It's been around for hundreds of years. And I feel like sustainability in the fabric itself is where it starts. Number two, in the processes that you do. So for us, for instance, we go to Levi Jeans, one of the big companies, and they give us their waste product and we turn them.
About 100 pairs of jeans.
Well, we got 100 pairs of jeans from Levi actually, and then we turned it into couture. And hopefully you'll have a little see. And now we move a little bit more into ready to wear because we just found that with the turn of the market, one has to keep. We have to also keep your pulse on the people and what they're spending it on. So before pandemic, we were doing exceptionally crazy jackets, and now we had to sort of turn down a bit. It's part and parcel of life.
Fashion's cyclical. Everyone knows that. It comes in cycle. So
one of the most innovative jackets, which was a big seller in the range, Sibu just mentioned jackets. We took trouser pockets, for example, and made them to feature on the jacket. So you might have a trouser pocket on the back of a jacket, which may sound a bit odd, but it works as a patchwork. Otherwise, to answer your question, I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet about the misuse of the term sustainability, because everyone claims that they are, when few of them in fact are. Very few have a traceability back to, where stuff is actually produced. Mother of Pearl is one exception. Most pay lip service to this so-called greenwashing. And so you really have to interrogate design as to supply chains, yes, because it's all well and good. Everyone seems to be inclusive, claims to be tick boxing things sustainable. And as I say, are they? You have to ask that question, and of yourselves too, with Levi's too. And of designers, are you truly true to that principle? Yeah.
Well, there's over 50 sustainable development goals. And I think the problem is everyone uses it all as a catch-all.
Yeah.
So it's hard to kind of understand what people are doing, but I can understand straight off from what you've said, how you're making use of other big companies' material to make your own and still make it so that there's a good profit margin for everyone involved. And I think that's the key bit as well. You want everyone to have the losses of it. You want to go,
pick another marketing approach for us. You've used the term in the past, affordable luxury. You know, I think we both subscribe to the Vivienne Westwood mantra of, you know, buy less, buy better.
Yeah.
Which isn't that, but that's great if you can afford it. So we have to try and square the circle. You know, who wouldn't go to Primark or H&M for something cheap and cheerful? I'd rather consume less and bought some of our stuff. So that's what we're trying to address. It isn't easy to square that circle, but that is the approach. That is the aim.
Different shoes for different shows, you know, different business. The Primark will always have this place. But like you said, it's about a pride. And I think that's a bit of level above that, you know, that will still last you in a couple of years. And you can still wear an absolutely key.
I think the key to style now is when you look at yourself and you look at how you communicate with your inner self and then how you want to present it outside. So like, you know, you have these days, you're just not going to wear a whole Gucci suit, you know, just it's ridiculous. You have a pair of nice Gucci shoes on with your Primark jeans and your base stuff, you know.
And that's so much more real. Well,
Yeah, that's as much as I'm against all the Primarks and all that stuff, but the reality,
Visions of Bangladeshi factories on fire.
the reality is that if you put that old sweater on and then you put your dad's, you know, army jacket on with those Primark jeans and those Gucci shoes, that's really mixing things up. You know what I mean? That's finding that conversation within yourself and conversating it with, you know, like it's fashion. That's more high fashion, yeah.
But it's about things. This thing must wrap up, Peter.
Love it, chat to you, Zane. Amazing. I knew it's really well dressed. I appreciate it. I always try to be, you know, but
Feel slightly underdressed, Betty.
I like to hear that everywhere I go.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're going to have our American counterparts because, as you know, we just did London versus LA Fashion Week. And I think they have a couple of things to talk about, especially on the LA part of their collective. So thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate